You're with NewsMakers. Our special guest this week is the new chairman of Environment Canterbury, Alec Neill. Just to cover off a couple of other matters to do with fiscal issues. I do recall at the last election you were big about Sir Keary creating this empire in Kilmore Street with this rampant increase in the number of staff. You've made it quite clear you think the staff are wonderful and excellent, to quote you on the show in the last 20 minutes. How many would you like to leave?
It's the question of I, as the chair and my council, actually only employ one staff member, and that is the CEO, and that's the same with every council. It is for the CEO to determine what his staff levels are. We set the budgets for that. Our staffing has increased quite substantially in the last 4 years.
Time for cuts?
No, but it is time for restraint to ensure that the number of staff that the CEO has is the number that he needs to carry out his statutory duties. No cuts, but there is a firm indication that I don't wish the organisation to grow at the same level as it's grown in the last 4 years.
All right. How would you describe your relationship with the Chief Executive?
Absolutely excellent.
As good as the one enjoyed between Sir Keary and Brian? I mean, they had a very solid relationship, right?
I believe my relationship with the CEO is absolutely excellent.
It has been widely reported that Sir Keary enjoyed a solid working relationship with Dr. Jenkins. Would you agree?
I have an excellent relationship with the CEO.
He's a politician. What is your vision?
I have set 5 priority areas over the next 13 months, and I make it quite clear that my term is a 13-month term, 1 month of which has now expired. So there's 12 months left to go, Mike. And my priorities are as follows. There are 2 that are governance matters. The first governance matter is to have a better relationship with Wellington. And I believe I can achieve that. And life's not just what you know, it's actually who you know as well. And I will use those connections for the betterment of Canterbury and the Canterbury Regional Council.
Political stripes, in all honesty, will help.
Absolutely, Mike. Let's not deny that.
Yeah.
That's potentially one of the difficulties that Sir Keary has faced in the last 12 months, at least. Secondly, we must rebuild relationships with the local territorial authorities, the local district and city councils. And I'm doing that now, and I think that we've been quite successful, and we've discussed that a little earlier.
Yep.
Then we move on to what I call operational issues. The first priority on the operational issues is to be at the forefront of the driving of the Canterbury water strategy.
Right.
And look, that is, Canterbury has been built on its agricultural background, and this strategy is something that all of Canterbury should be embracing.
Councillor Sage was very collaborative with that, wasn't she?
Absolutely.
And she deserves credit for that.
Absolutely. I mean, Councillor Sage is on the steering committee.
Yeah.
Councillor Sage plays and will continue to play a major role in water issues as relates Canterbury Regional Council.
Okay.
She is one of our brightest and best councillors. She is a very, very good councillor.
I've got a whole lot of questions we need to rip through. First of all, why does Ecan resemble the political equivalent of a veterans' rest home? Why?
I don't. Do you mean at the council table?
Well, with respect, yes.
All right. Look, I can't comment on the council table. I thought we're actually quite young compared with many of councils around the country. I don't believe that we are like a rest home. In fact, I haven't seen a walking frame for some considerable time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gary Moore has likened the leadership change to the rearrangement of the deck chairs on the Titanic. He predicts that perhaps you're not only just a caretaker for 13 months, you could be the undertaker. Is Ecan going to be history within 5 years?
I believe that there will be a reorganisation of local government within the next 5 years, orchestrated by the central government, and that will probably mean a different style of governance in Canterbury all over.
Will we still have a regional council?
we will have something that provides those services of environmental protection. It may not be a regional council as we know it.
A unitary authority?
Yes, it may very well be a unitary authority, and that really is the drive of the current government. And if they are re-elected in 2 years' time, then I expect, if Rodney is at the helm of this aspect of governance, then there will be a drive by him to impose on other communities something similar to Auckland.
All right, we've got 60 seconds on the clock. The air plan. Would you consider revisiting next year's open fire ban?
No.
Question 2. Should Greater Christchurch have a commuter rail network?
The cost is prohibitive.
Why?
If you look at the costings, it is prohibitive. But others are looking at it, and I'm not objecting to it, but I don't believe that it's the best value for money.
Can we trust the costings?
Can't answer that. I haven't looked at them myself.
Why do more commuters cycle to work than take the bus?
Why do they? I think that's great for health reasons, but I have a card that allows me to use the bus, and I think that the bus service of Christchurch is excellent.
How do you get to work?
Generally by motor car.
Right.
Quite
Is this a good thing,
quite
Alec?
a big car to be Is it a good thing? No, but I'm like many New Zealanders, we're very independent, and I have many other activities during my time here. If I had to get a bus down to this organisation today, I wouldn't have got here in time.
We will see you again shortly.
I look forward to it, Mike.
Thank you very much for joining us. The new chairman, Alec Neill, thanks for your company. Good night.